I think with that, Madam Speaker, I think we are done for this evening, and I appreciate the opportunity to address this body.
Does the gentleman yield back?
I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentlemen have a motion to adjourn.
Madam Speaker, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the House for today.
The question is on the motion to adjourn. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Accordingly, the House stands adjourned until 10 a.m. tomorrow for morning hour debate.
The House of Representatives today approved a number of bills to combat the nation's opioid epidemic. That continues tomorrow with legislation seeking to crack down on illegal fentanyl shipments and also drug trafficking via the U.S. Postal Service. Also, a bill on housing programs for recovering addicts. When the House is back in session, there will be live coverage here on C-SPAN. Thursday, the 57th annual congressional baseball game between Democratic and Republican members of Congress. Our coverage of the game starts at 7 p.m. Eastern, live on our companion network, C-SPAN 3.
All right.
C-SPAN, where history unfolds daily. In 1979, C-SPAN was created as a public service by America's cable television companies. And today, we continue to bring you unfiltered coverage of Congress, the White House, the Supreme Court, and public policy events in Washington, D.C.
You back. Yeah, it's like that. You know, I like to watch stuff like that because, I just like to know, I like to know how society thinking, you know? Because, I'm just wondering why people are so full of shit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I go out there in the world, you know, I just see how people are just scandalous, you know? I mean, I guess you might feel that I'm scandalous or something, you know? Sometimes people are just too good to be true, you feel me? So when you're too good to be true, then people start acting like fools, you know? Because I went out there to go get my, my license renewed, right? And I was supposed to have got my license renewed back in my birthday, right? May 19th. And it just, you know, it just didn't cross my mind, you know. I knew about it. Actually, I had thought about it back in March. I said, well, I'm gonna go, because I had got my license, my address. I had got my address changed. So I said to myself, I gotta go back on my birthday and get my license renewed, but I forgot. So I sitting here getting to do that, which is a privilege, because they know it's not, driving is a privilege. You know, it's not a law, you know, it's against the law to violate stuff when you're driving, but it's a privilege to drive. So here I am, not keeping up on my privileges, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people don't, I'm not saying people, I'm just going to say me. Sometimes you just, you know, you get caught up in stuff and you kind of forget, you know. Especially we're not forced into something, because driving is a privilege. You don't have to drive, you know. It's up to you if you want to, and you gotta go through the things. You gotta go through the, you know, this, and then if you get a ticket, you know, you do this, you might have to do this, you might have to do that, you know. So so I was in there going, wow, man. So, because I went to the weed shop, right? And I went to that's when I said, man, that was just last night, right? And I was hot, man. I was mad. So the next day I went down there to DMV to get my thing renewed, right? And So they told me I had to take the test again. So I got to the test. So they asked me these questions, and I can't even smoke, right? So I used to not smoking. So I had to really do some real thinking. Because when I smoked that herb, I really ain't gotta think. That herb thinks for me, And depending on how you were raised up, that's why a lot of people can't smoke. A lot of people can't drink, because a lot of times when you get that stuff in you, you're gonna react on how you are. So if you're not really conscious on how society is ran and how they're thinking out there in this world. And that's all I tried to do when I came back to the hood. I tried to show how they want you to be, but they were sitting there dogging me out like I'm some kind of snitch or some kind of. They were doing that to me right here, and when I'm not gonna tell you which DMV, but I'm pretty sure you have an idea which one it is if you know me. I go up there, these people treat me like a West food stamp, right? No, not everybody. Just
worst case scenarios of some kind of major blow up.
That's how I was feeling when I just felt the effort, So I just how you feel it, but then you might overreact. You might think it's just a coincidence or whatever. But I just feel the BS, right? So I went to the one. So I went to another one, and the same thing. But it was kind of different though this time, because you get your number, right? And I got my headphones on, trying to listen to me, right? Because I just did a thing yesterday with the King, with President Donald Trump and Kim Young Hung doing their thing yesterday. I'm listening to that, And so I'm still. I can look at the board, seeing that my number is next, and I've been waiting for like an hour or whatever, and they skipped my number. I'm like, wait a minute, they skipped my. I said, wait a minute. So I got up, I went to and I felt the BS. Hey, what's up with my number? Why you skip me? And then she goes, "Oh, you next." Nigga, I'm here. Next. I'm there. So anyway, I had to wait, and they sent me to somebody else, some other lady with a different nationality. Because the sister just treated me like a wet food stamp, like the other one. So, but they treat me like a wet food stamp, right? But they don't mind shaking their ass in front of me. They don't mind walking by and show me how big their ass is. So I don't know. Yeah, you gotta understand the game. You gotta understand this. I'm watching this thing, right? And you probably saying, how does that relate with this? Because black folks, they didn't say nothing. I got to relate, but to me, they're focusing on modernized slavery. That's why they keep influencing the people from Mexico, to get them. They want them. I feel like this. They got black folks. There's only two ways black folks gonna be. You either gonna be, and this, you ain't gonna fight between niggas like me here, but you just got two things: either black folks in prison, or some kind of parole, probation, or just because that's prison too. If you on that and you in here walking the street, you might as well be in prison. So it's the same thing. Or you just in with them, or you just in with them to keep the balance of how they want the people that they fear the most involved, But there's more focus. So then I really care about who we are. You know what I'm saying? Because they know they got us where they want us. And then we help keep us where we are. So here I am, and half the time it's think about it, it's stuff that I say, it's not like I'm joking, but it'd be the truth. It'd be the truth. That's why they try to throw me out. They try to throw me in with the comedians. oh, he's a comedian. Then we going, no, nigga, that's the thing about it. We always trying to be funny. We always, like Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor said a lot of political influence thing. He was getting people constantly, like Malcolm X type thing. He was doing that. But they would label him as just being a funny man. You know, but he was going, he wasn't even really from the hood. He said that in his comedies, but he had money. His family had money, you know. He said, what he said? He said that one joke, he had to get some, he had to, you know, in order, he had to get some women or whatever, he had to, you know, be broke, you know. So, he said, we do it just to keep our minds off eating. So, you know, he understood that. So he was for his people to try to get them conscious and let them know things. And so he had problems. Even with the money they tried to give him, and they gave him and stuff like that, he wasn't really focused. He was focused on trying to get people conscious and get people understanding stuff, you know. But so I don't think he was even trying to be. Well, I guess I can't say that. Yeah, he was trying to be a comedian and everything, but he was more focused on getting people conscious about what's really going on. But you know, because I was raised with people that talk like this and do this, and I actually went to school. Was supposed to be directed to go on like this, going this way, you know. But even in school, they were looking at me like this and like that, you know. So, you know, what I think it is, personally, I think it's a religious thing. It's a religion thing. I think we're still caught up in that religious thing, and we're trying to hide from that, or our beliefs. Because no one talks about that. You know, we got all people from different nationalities and this and that. So you don't know what we believe in. What do the people believe? These people be believing in? You know, what's their God? What do they call a God? You know, I told this one dude today. You know, I looked at my father as my God. You know, he was trying to get me to say, you know, do you want to find your this and find your that? I said, fine. Well, I'm just telling you the story. I'm trying to help the kids and the new people to tell them, you know. If they know something, just say it. To raise them up knowing the truth, you know. Because if you raise people up to lies, and a lot of people come over this country, and they're taught how to lie. I look at them. They come over here. It could be whatever nationality. You know, they become in this system of democracy, American democracy or whatever. Why? How come they gotta look like they're just liars? They look like liars. They ain't even gotta lie. They just look like they're lying. And you know, and people might look at me like that. They label me like that because that's what they do. But I don't do that. You know, I don't feel like I do that. I tell you the truth. I tell you what I feel and what how things really are. You know, then you get mad because you rather me lie. You know, rather me lie than just tell the truth.
And I gather that the school government and USFK were also a little bit surprised by this announcement. And so hopefully those details will come then. Mishi, what's your top line reaction?
I would say
as I think we're up to
Years.
hundreds of any of these contentions at Yndks, and from the beginning of this process to the
things to be considered, and going back to
a friendly one, just like the U.S.-Vietnam relationship transformed from a hostile one to a friendship one.
what was that?
What the Trump is already
From the camp,
because
so, like for instance,
about things
for the
third approach, which is is to
experts. What was that?
is a threat is North Korea. Is a threat is North Korea. Agree.
For the being precipitous, close that because of
That North Korea agreed to
retreat and so it's very dangerous. Surprised to see him.
You know, we'll only get into these.
Rant secure.
D.L. McNeil with Longview Global. My question actually is to my former colleague and friend Laura, and it involved which we have not discussed this morning. There was some early talk about making sure that Congress is consulted and perhaps some sort of final deal makes its way to Congress. Now, if I'm Kim Jong-un and I'm looking at what happened to the Iran deal, I'm trying my best to figure out how we find something that is going to live beyond, if playing the long game, live beyond what could be just 2 more years of a presidency, maybe. And so I'd love to get thoughts, comments on how you engage Congress, and if possible in this political climate, is there any continuity that we're going to see beyond the Trump administration? Good question.
Lord.
Well, I'll keep it short. I know it's the question.
No, Lord.
Question in my mind.
Okay, so it's still boxing 6 months from now. Very good. Well, thanks again to all of you for coming and your attention this morning. Please go. Go to the Washington Capitals now and please pick up a copy of our report. Thank you.
All right. We back. You gotta understand that game. It's the game of life. These people are so. No, Laura. You know, when that person, the lady that talked, you know, she said a couple things, right? Cause I always gotta go back with President Donald Trump, right? How we met, right? How we crossed paths. This okay. I should say how we met or whatever. I should say how we crossed paths. So we did meet, but we crossed paths. And sometimes crossing paths can be more severe than actually meeting. Because when you cross paths, you know, you can have a disillusional effect, you know. Or illusional effect or whatever, you know, because he got busy. He got busy. You know what I'm saying? Because you said what? She said folly, and she said the rope-a-dope, right? To appear, you know, the weak but really strong or whatever, and or folly means, you know, you progress, you know, you take your time, you know, but and that's what he did. He took 20 years, you know what I'm saying? He took his time, you know, to reevaluate, you know, try to find out who I am, how I'm living, you know? You know what I'm saying? And that's why everything I do, you see it again, you know, in different, like they did the Bible. Took the Bible, twisted around, and then get this analogy, and told you this and told you that, and you went for it, you know? And of course, they had to use slavery to put it in depth into it, you know what I'm saying? This is really all about. It's about us, black folks. That's why when I sit there and showed y'all the whole doggone thing for 2 hours, right? Nobody budged. They were bored. They're about to fall asleep, right? They got a paycheck. They're getting paid to talk about nothing. Getting paid to talk about what if or what they think about yesterday. And then they pay these people. You know what I'm saying? They're like weak. They look like nerds. They're like people that can't even throw a football or baseball or basketball or badminton. I don't know. They look weak. You know what I'm saying? So they get these smart, weak people to run the world, you know what I'm saying? Because they give them a job, give them something to do, you know. And instead of the big strong ones out there working, you know, they're just the muscle. They're just to destroy anybody that mess with these so-called whatever. That's another story. The point I'm trying to make is this: when he was talking about this and that and this, you know, it was just all. It's like this, okay? Because I was thinking, when they talking about Korea, I was talking about Vietnam. You gotta go back to Vietnam. What the hell was in Vietnam? Go fight medals. You know what I'm saying? He had all kind of medals from Vietnam, Marines and stuff, right? And he was, I went to Vietnam. I might as well have, I was born and raised under him. Talking about Vietnam and stuff I was doing. Just telling me one thing I remember my dad telling me about Vietnam. Not one thing. I know a lot of things, but I'm gonna tell you the one main thing. The one main thing.
To categorically reject the government's bid to block this historic merger. The case is many people.
Just throw it out there and just start. Can't see the comments.
Nigga, and I would have.
Government's bid.
He got busy. He got busy. He got busy. You know what I'm saying? Because she said what? She said folly, and she said the rope-a-dope.
And again, I'm up here talking to, but I'm just one of many people who contributed to this effort. It was clear to all of us what the evidence was each and every day of the trial, and the government simply had no credible proof to support any of these contentions that it advanced. And from the beginning of this process to the end of this process, as we indicated in our closing arguments, the case shrunk and shrunk and shrunk until there was nothing there by the end of the day. So the judge's sweeping rejection of the government's case does not surprise us at all. It's totally consistent with the absence of any credible facts or evidence to support the case.
All right, I just want to see some. They I saw this in AT&T, in Time Warner. I have AT&T. I ain't got Time Warner, so AT&T, Facebook, they all coming out. I mean, you have to understand, man. It's a cool game out there in this world, These people just snakes, They're just trying to get people for anything, and everything, and because people, like I said, I met President Trump, and did this and did that, woke him up, they're busy. You have to understand, 8 years, President Obama, I'm saying he put a lot of work in just on a mental level. He got people thinking, So now they got these people, that's why when that brother stood up and started talking during the end, everybody turned around like, wow, is that a bomb back in here? They're looking for guidance. They ain't got no guidance. That's why they talking, but they ain't saying nothing, really. That's why when that brother got up and said a few words, people turned around and he ended it with a bang. And that's all set up. It's all designed. It's designed to blow your mind. You know what I'm saying? But that's another story. The point I'm trying to make is my dad. My dad, he raised me up with the Vietnam, talking about the Vietnam, this and that, and this. One thing I do remember, I know a lot of things, but I'm going to share one thing he said. And this can relate to what's going on with this Korea, North Korea, South Korea, even the Vietnam thing, because that was North Korea was actually before that, because my dad and uncles went to Korea and everything, but they never talked about it with me, you know what I'm saying? But Vietnam, their dad did talk to me about it, because I never talked to my uncles about nothing. They act like they were scared to open their mouths up to me. I had 7 uncles, and anyway, that's another story. The point I'm trying to make is that when he said that the Vietnamese, when they were over there doing their thing, some of the Vietnamese would tell him, say, hey, we're the same. You always say that. And you know, and I was going to this place where they serve this type of, I'm not gonna say with food, but y'all some devils, and y'all might go and shut it down. So I went to this one place years ago, and the brother said, because it was all Asians working there, right? And they were selling some stuff, and all a number of brothers in there, right? It's kind of like that movie Do the Right Thing when homeboy said, "Ain't nothing but Italians working here." No, ain't nothing but Italians on the wall, but ain't nothing but brothers come here and eat. So why can't I go out and sell brothers on the wall? You know what I'm saying? So when I was at this place, one of the old school dudes there, he said, how come ain't nobody working back there? That's all you guys is the Asians. Don't know black people working there. Ain't nobody black people in here eating. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, then this other dude, they're all old, like in their 70s, late 60s and stuff. And one of them said, talk about how they're black and how they came from Africa. Because you have to understand, Asians, they ran away from Africa. They ran away. They weren't cast out. Well, they were cast out. I mean, they could have fought, but they didn't fight. They ran out. They left. You know, so they so when they're going across that desert, you know what I'm saying? I told you the story, they're blind and the sand. So God said the Most High will put a mark on you for what you do in your life. If you don't follow the Most High and you run from whatever, like kind of like Job, it was in the belly of the whale, you know what I'm saying, something like that. You know, you put a mark on you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what else. These analogies they give us can be totally false. Think about it. Think about it. They can take what happened yesterday and change the whole thing around and say they said this and said that, and you can have it on video. They're still a lie. They don't care. Lying is the new truth. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got these nerdy people up there. They don't mind who tell a lie because they ain't nobody. But because somebody get up there, that's a black man got up there and spoke. Everybody all hears turned around. Well, who's that? That voice, that strong voice, Yndks. You know what I'm saying? That was power. You know, that's more power than Obama had. Obama didn't have that kind of power with his voice. He just spoke a lot of words that sounded good, but there was no fierce behind it, unless he was trying to be, something that he really not. But he is, because he was brought up in it, So I'm not gonna say he's not who he is, but like I said, he is African, full-blood African from Kenya, and he's also white. So there's culture behind that. I don't know white, but they pretty much stole the land, so they stole their culture. But that's another story. The point I'm trying to make is you gotta understand the game. The game that people be playing, they go up there and they have designs and this and that. People keep a job and just leave black people out there in the dust, and everybody gonna work it off of us. So I want us to get, not just us, everybody. Because you can't sit there and label just black people. You can't say it no more. Those days are over. Because all we going to do is sell it to them anyway for $1 or for this or for that. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to stick together we're not even supposed to stick together. If you let them say it or let us say it or let anybody say it, we're divided not just on race or whatever. We're divided on gender. Male and female. Females hate me just because I'm speaking the truth. I show that when I go out there. So the men respect me because they know I'm right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing it for them, and it's probably better than them. I grew up like that. I grew up, and I would have females talk to me, and I would eat their behinds up. I would tear their behinds up, and then it would make the guy who's listening, make him look good, and he'd get the girl. So here I am. That's how stupid people are. They sit there, they go by what I'm saying, which is the truth. They get offended, and then they give somebody else the satisfaction of what they think I could have got. First of all, you ain't all that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could be replaced anyway. I don't care who you think you is. But but I know they probably going to get you back. You're destroying your fame and stuff like that. But right is right. Right is right. So if you want to sit there and trip on right, and want to trip on this, trip on that, then so be it. But I've been doing that my whole life. So it's not like I gotta change who I am for what, You know, I think this world been going on this long. It takes one person. You never know. You never know why things are the way they are, or why things are existing the way they are. You probably, well, why don't this world be over? People got nuclear bombs and this and that. Well, because they try to put fear in you. Thinking they got this and thinking that they got that. Thinking that stuff go off. They push the button, that thing might explode within where they're shooting it at. The Most High controls everything. They don't control, man don't control nothing. The Most High does. You know, so as long as you know the Most High controls everything, you gotta have no fear. But because of greed, but because people are doers, you know, and are told to do, you know, so much, you know, then you're gonna have things gonna be complicated, you know, from feelings and from their own personal desires, because they don't want you to have it, you know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, because they don't want you to have it, you know. You might be telling the truth, you might be saying this, saying that. These people are just talking about what if. Like, first of all, I mean, come on. You sit there, you're talking about nothing. You are talking about something. You sound like you are talking about something. But then when a brother gets up to say a few words, you want to turn around like you paranoid. Like I know he was in there. I would have sit there if I knew he was in there. Almost like that. Almost okay. If I knew is he supposed to be in here? It wasn't even like I want to hear what he got to say. I want to know why he's in here. Who's he? That's how they made it look like when they turned around like that, you know. And so this is all set up, and I believe some of those people speaking was sitting. It's all staged, you know. Everything's just staged, you know. So if you got things that are staged and programmed, and then you want to sit there and act like you want to care for the kids, and I've been seeing stuff about kids shootings, and nigga, you set it up for them to shoot each other, kill each other. How can they not? How can they not go out there and do this and do that? Well, you're the one who's doing this and doing that. So don't blame them, blame yourselves. Ain't anybody about no gun reform. The next thing you be having knife reform or fist reform. So I can punch you and kill you if they have enough skills. What's the difference? You know? Why you gonna blame a gun? The guns don't kill people, people kill people. The gun would just sit there alone, it would never be touched, it'd be alright. Just like nuclear weapons. Well, if nuclear weapons kill people, people don't kill. Nuclear weapons don't kill people. People kill people. Because it takes a person to hit for a nuclear bomb to go off, right? So how you blame? Why you gonna blame a particular object or particular this, particular that? Blame the people. Blame the ones who are talking and causing this propaganda, misleading information, and lies. Like you just watched. Like I show you every time I put something on Facebook Live, like what I'm doing now, all you see is propaganda, misleading information that comes with lies. So you're setting up everything that's going to come across.